think something that, to your point, a lot of people would consider if they're in that position where either they're thinking about having a child or they've just had one. It forced me to take a look at my current situation. So I had to have a look at my current sort of working situation and how just like take stock of what's important to me, number one. So what are my priorities? And then also just what does my working environment look like and what are the demands that are placed upon me in my working day? So in considering moving into a corporate, the big thing for me was like looking at stability and potentially just a bit of structure and being able to say, okay, great, now I have got a little bit more, like there's less sort of room to be working excessive hours, for example. So when I moved into that corporate space, like I knew it was important for me. So when I went into the interviewing process, it was one of the things that I mentioned up front is I'm a mom.
Yes.
This is what I need from you. And when, we'd have that discussion, so I think it's incredibly important just to have that open communication with your potential employer or with the person that you're employed with. And just to understand that your life is going to change dramatically. You're going to have times when your child will get sick. There will be times when you need to go fetch your child from school. Or when you need to be at a swimming gala, or there's other additional responsibilities that you have. A school play,
Exactly.
So things do change, and it's not. I feel like every environment that I've been in, there's been incredibly understanding people that I've worked with, but there's also been people who are in the same situation as me. So it's like a shared experience, and we understand that this is how it goes, right? And there's also a level of trust that's there. So we all know, like I know and my employer knows, that I have a certain amount of work that I need to get through, and I will get through that work as planned. But it may just not be always sort of during the traditional, like what the working hours look like. There would need to be a little bit of understanding and give and take, I suppose. But the work will get done.
Yeah. I just wanted to highlight one thing specifically because I know that I can imagine that it's quite a difficult thing to speak about. And that's speaking about the fact that especially if you're thinking about becoming a mom and you're not yet, you might worry that speaking about that in an interview might make you a little bit less desirable as a candidate. Just because, you'd assume that, it's probably then within reason that over the next few months, you're probably going to take maternity leave. And then you need to kind of recreate all of the different structures and habits in your life. So I think I just wanted to highlight the fact that it can be okay. It is okay for you to kind of speak about something like that in an interview, just because I know that it's probably really difficult.
It is. It's hard to express something when you are fearful of the outcome. When you fear that you may get the response back. Well, okay, then we're not going to take you on as someone we want on our team. And for me, I think that that's just an indication of a place that I wouldn't want to be, right?
Yeah,
so that doesn't work for me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
and absolutely,
yeah.
I love that you bring that up because I think now, as someone who's managing a team, you would have so much respect and understanding for someone who brings that same level of honesty and courage to maybe one of the interviews you're doing. And the more we start doing that, and you and I touched on it a little bit before the recording around that human aspect that we need to start bringing into the work, that we're actually living humans with things outside of work, which we'll still get to. But it's so valuable, and it's even it extends beyond whether it's a conversation that you want to have around becoming a parent, or it's just basically being honest and upfront about your boundaries, right, with work. And that's kind of like you say, testing the waters with your potential employer or your current employer to see if they're compatible with you, like a relationship.
100%. I mean, I think it's just as much about, your potential employer interviewing you as you also interviewing your employer.
Yeah.
Just understanding if this is the right kind of environment for you, and if that's where you want to be, and if it's going to provide you the opportunities that you're looking for.